Hello, this is Chris Bertelson with a quick clip from Nevada Learning Series. Here we'll see how to customize the home screen on your iPad 2. There are several ways that you can customize your home screens on your iPad. One way is to touch and hold an icon for about 2 seconds. And then you'll notice that these icons now have the shakes. They're all jittering around. They're ready to be moved someplace else, which means that they are free agents. I can put my finger on that, drag and drop contacts over to the lower right hand side, release my finger, and it locks into position. Maybe I use calendar all the time, and so I'd like to have that in the dock down at the bottom. I touch and drag that down to the bottom, put it right there in the dock, release my finger, and now it's in the dock. When I'm finished with this rearranging, I touch the home button on the iPad. They stop shaking, all those changes have been saved, and now I have this new arrangement of my home screen. Let's go over to another screen, swipe to the left, and I want to rearrange some things here. So again, I touch and hold an icon for a couple of seconds, and now that they're shaking I can move them around. And I use the dictionary a lot, so I'm going to tap and drag my finger with the dictionary down over here to the lower right hand corner. You can have up to 6 icons or apps down there in that dock. And I want to put all of my book applications in the upper row. So I'm going to touch and drag iBooks up to the top, and we'll put Kindle up there on the top row. And also I'll put the Nook under here. We're an equal opportunity reader. And my airlines, I have American Airlines on the second row. Let's put Delta Airlines right here. And I have another icon on the next screen, so if I swipe to the left I can see that screen. Here's Southwest Airlines. Now to move this icon over to the other screen, I tap, drag it over to the left, pause there for about half a second, and then it'll switch to that screen. I can continue to hold and drag. When I release my finger, it puts that into place. Now you notice that on the applications that I've added to my iPad, I have these little X's. I don't have those here on the home screen with the standard built-in applications. That's because those X's let you remove an application. These can't be removed, but the ones with X's can, because those are the ones that I've added. So I'm going to remove Flash, nothing personal, and we'll delete this and all of its data by confirming that, and now we've removed that. I touch the home button, they stop shaking, I've saved all my changes, and this is my new order on my home screen. So that's one way that you can customize this. Now I said in an earlier clip that you can have up to 11 different home screens, and each one can have 4 by 5, so 20 different icons. So that's a total of 220 apps, plus 6 in the home dock at the bottom gives you 226 apps. Now that sounds like a lot, but like a 3-car garage, in time it will be clear full. So there is a better way to organize these, and that's by creating folders on the home pages. To create a folder, again you touch and hold an icon until they start shaking, and then you drag and you drop one icon onto another. So I'm going to put the Kindle app on the iBooks app, and when I release that, it then creates a folder. It gives it a name automatically, in this case Books. The name is the category of the app that I have created, so now I have 2 apps in there. Let's go ahead and add a third book app, the Nook app. Drop it on top. Now I've created that folder, and I touch the home key. They stop shaking. Now if I want to access one of those books programs, I touch on that folder, open it up, tap on the program, and I can launch my iBooks. So again, to review, the way that you would create one of these is you tap and hold an icon until they start shaking. And let's say I want to make a airline group or an airline folder. I drag and drop Delta on top of American. Now I've created a travel folder. I also want to add Southwest, so I'll drag and drop that on top, release my finger, and it adds that. Now it calls this the travel folder, but I really want to rename that, so I'll hit the little X to delete that and type in AIRLINES and say done. And then I close that and I touch my home key, and now I've created two folders, one for my airlines apps and one for my books apps. And if you do the math, you can do 20 icons in each folder. 20 folders on each home page times 11 comes up to 4,400 apps that you can have on your iPad, which is like having a parking garage for all of your apps. That should be ample room for anybody to use these. If you want to remove an app from a folder, that's easy too. Let's swipe over here. I have a news folder. I'm going to open that up and then touch and hold the app until they start shaking. Simply drag and drop to remove that, and now I've removed that from the folder. If you want to get rid of the folder altogether, simply remove the last app from that folder. Now it's gone. I touch the home key and I've removed that folder. Another fun way that I like to customize my home screens is to change the wallpaper. And if we go to the home screen by touching the home button here, we're going to go into settings. And there's lots of different settings. We'll talk about more of these in another quick clip. But to change the wallpaper, what's behind my screens, I go to brightness and wallpaper. And in here I touch the wallpaper button. And first there's a folder up at the top called Wallpaper, and if we touch that, you can see there are some standard wallpapers that Apple includes with the iPad, and those are very nice. But I'm going to touch the back button because I like to include pictures that I've taken. So we're going to tap on Best Pics, swipe down here, and choose a nice sunset picture that I took. And if you want to, you can even touch this and you can zoom in and out on that sunset or adjust the view that you have there. I think that looks pretty nice like that. And there's two different wallpaper screens that you set. There's the lock screen and the home screen. You see these buttons in the upper right hand corner. I'd like to set this as my lock screen, so I simply tap on that button, and now I have set that. And I'm going to go back and choose another picture for my home screens. If I scroll down here, I have some nice pictures of Lake Tahoe. Tap on that one. That looks nice. Such a nice blue lake. We say set that as the home screen in the upper right hand corner, and we touch the home button. And now you can see I have that new Lake Tahoe wallpaper behind all of my icons as I swipe from one home screen to the next. You don't want to choose a picture that's too bright or too busy, or it will overpower the icons or apps that you have there. And if I back out and take a look at the lock screen by touching the power button, there you can see the nice sunset wallpaper that I've set for my lock screen. So there's some ideas on how you can customize your home screens on the iPad. This has been a quick clip from Nevada Learning Series, helping you get the most from your Apple iPad.